Hello everyone. Hope all are good and loving this new session of class 8. We are again here to start with geography. Listen to natural resources, land, soil and water. Let's begin. Resources are generally classified into many classifications. In this chapter, we would study about natural resources. They are gift of nature. Whatever exists in nature and is usable by man is termed as a natural resource. On the basis of origin, the natural resources can be biotic or abiotic. All living things are included in the biotic resources. Example, plants and animals. Abiotic resources are non-living substances. They include air, water, land, soil, rocks and minerals in the earth's crust. The land, soil and water are the most significant abiotic resources of the earth. These resources are vital for human survival as well as for maintaining the quality of life. Let us discuss about these in detail. Land resource. It refers to the shape, form and nature of the land surface. The land resources of the earth contains mountain, flat plains, high plateaus, islands, etc. Students, please make a note. You don't have to read and don't have to learn land, mountains, plateaus, plains given on page number 208 and India on page number 209. These 5 topics are omitted. Please make a cross mark in your textbooks. So, we would begin with land use. Land use, from the name itself, you can understand the purpose for which a piece of land is put to use. Different types of agricultural activities, forestry, mining, etc. are performed on the land surface. These are collectively termed as land use. The land use pattern is not same everywhere in the world, but it is highly uneven. This uneven land use pattern is mainly influenced by the following factors that we would understand one by one. Climate. Land use pattern of any place is directly or indirectly influenced by the climatic conditions. Topography. It means physical feature of an area. Type of soil. An adequate land use pattern can be seen in the areas having fertile soil. Then, availability of water. For a well-developed and planned land use pattern, the water availability is essential. All types of forest, crop, etc. need plenty of water to survive. Minerals. A region having mineral deposits are used for mining purpose. Technology and human resource. Human resource use technology to convert the raw natural resources into the valuable products. Human resources along with the technology are necessary for a successful land use pattern. Land use in India. Luckily, India has largest percentage of area under forest cover and the largest percentage of its land is used for crop cultivation. and livestock population. Then problems of land use. Dear children, if we are not using the land properly, we can face many problems such as cropland shortage, soil erosion, deforestation, it means cutting down the forest, desertification, it means fertile land is now converted into deserts. Then land type and its use. The fertile lands are used for cultivation and the resources that are mineral resources are found there we will be doing mining. Then uses of land. 4 images are given, for example building, mining, cultivation and roads. So these are the 4 examples how a land is used. Then soil resources. Soil refers to the thin layer of grainy substances covering the surface of the earth. Formation of soil depends on 5 major factors. First one is time. Usually 1000 years may pass in formation of 2.5 cm of soil. Time determines thickness of soil. Then temperature and rainfall influences rate of weathering and erosion. Then weathering rocks. It influences the color and texture of the soil. It also determines chemical properties, mineral content in the soil. Then moving water, wind, these are the main factors that affect soil formation. Soil is basically classified into 2 groups, pedal-furs and pedicles. Pedal-furs are basically found in high latitude region, mid latitude region and low latitude region. Now about latitudes you have already learned in class 6. But here I have given you diagram of latitude. And what is latitude? It is the measurement of a part of the earth in relation to the north or south of the earth's equator. These are the rings that are formed. Pedal-furs are further divided into 3 categories. Pedosolic soil. It is ash grey color soil that is found in high latitude region. Now high latitude region are the cold places. Here usually coniferous plants are found. It means that are conical in shape. Then second one is grey brown pedosolic soil. It is very fertile and where it is found? It is found in mid latitude. Then third one is red and yellow pedal-furs. They are found in the low latitude areas. Then second main category of soil is pedicles. They are basically found in 3 areas: arid, semi-arid and subhumid. Now these areas means arid regions receives little rainfall, that is less than 10 inches of rain per year. Semi-arid regions receives 10 to 20 inches of rain per year. And subhumid means slightly humid or moisture. These are further divided into 4 categories. First one is found in the mountains. It is undeveloped soil. Second category is very fertile soil. Then third one is black soil that is also very fertile. And the fourth one is sandy soil. Sandy soil is found in deserts. Then we would learn about soils of India. India is having 5 types of soils. So here soil type is given, name area, that is the name of the states where this particular soil type is found and what are its properties, what are its features. So first one is alluvial soil. It is found in the northern and east coast plains. How it is? The properties are it is very fertile and it is formed with the alluvium that are brought by the rivers. Rivers are coming from Himalayas. They are bringing with them nutrients and alluvium, minerals. And then these are deposits in the plains. So this is the most fertile soil. Then second one is black soil. Where it is found? It is found in the Deccan Plateau. That is Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. It is also very suitable for agriculture. Example, cotton is grown here. Then is laterite soil. Now this is very poor soil and where it is found? It is found in Meghalaya Plateau and Western Ghats. Then is red soil. It is reddish in color and not that much fertile, but where it is found? It is found in Peninsular Plateau's western part. Then is mountain soil that we have read earlier. That is, it is found in Himalayan regions in India. It is undeveloped soil. Then the map work is given. This you have to learn thoroughly. So in this map work, different soils that are found in different states, different areas of India is marked in different colors. Soil erosion. Soil is one of the most important natural resources that help in a country's prosperity. But the problem of soil erosion often occurs on our land. The destruction and natural removal of the top layer of the soil is termed as soil erosion. The loose soil particles are blown away by wind or washed away by water. Soil erosion may be caused by natural factors like force of running water or wind. But the main causes behind destruction of this natural resource are faulty human activities. Deforestation, overgrazing, overutilization of soil, unscientific method of cultivation, mining and construction work all lead to severe soil erosion. Then soil conservation. Soil conservation is the protection of the soil cover from soil erosion. Its objective is to maintain the quality of the soil by preventing its loss. All over the world, proper land use practices and special agricultural techniques have been adopted by the farmers as well as government. Some of the methods adopted for soil conservation are as follows. So first one is terrace farming. Terrace farming is a farming technique followed in hills. It is done by cutting wide steps around the slopes of hills to plant crops. The flat, wide steps do not allow the water to flow down freely and take away the topsoil. The flat surfaces help to retain the water on the surface for the plant's growth. It also reduces the speed of the water flow, preventing soil erosion. Terrace farming is a labor-intensive task, but it is highly beneficial. Then, counter plowing. Maximum students get confused in both the techniques. So in this, it is a plowing technique that does not alter or change the natural shape of hill slope. It uses the slope as it is to prevent soil erosion. It is possible only when the slopes have counter lines. These are small raised border lines. These lines act as a water break and prevent the free flow of water which causes soil erosion. This technique can absorb the impact of heavy rains and retain the topsoil, preventing it from soil erosion. Now, many of you are having doubts that these both are having some lines and borders. So, what is the difference? The difference is in terrace farming, it is a technique in which artificially cutting of wide steps is done by the labor, and in case of counter plowing, the natural shapes, that is the hill slopes, are used. Then is crop rotation. This is done with the objective of maintaining soil fertility. Different crops are planted in rotation to successively balance soil nutrients. Other agricultural techniques such as terrace cultivation, crop rotation. Other than these, there is afforestation, that is planting of more and more trees, can help a lot in conserving the soil. Then prevention of overgrazing and construction of dams. It can control flooding and can also check soil erosion. Then last topic, water resources. Like land and air, water is also an important component of natural environment. It is not only essential for drinking purpose, but it also provides shelter to many of the organisms. It is a tasteless and colorless substance that covers about 3/4 of the Earth's surface. The Earth is therefore called the water planet or blue planet. There are n number of uses of water. It is vital renewable natural resource of the Earth's surface. Different types of plants depends on water for their growth and food. Water is also used in industries. It is also used in day-to-day needs of humans. It is also used for transportation purpose, that is navigation. Then it is used for generating hydroelectricity. Overexploitation, excessive use, and unequal access to water among different areas are the main factors that is responsible for water scarcity. Increasing urbanization, water pollution, and absence of water management are also responsible for choking the fresh water supplies. For multi-purpose projects, dams are constructed and water is collected in a reservoir. So, here we complete our chapter. We have completed all the 3 points: land, soil, and water. Goodbye.